Hello everybody, Johnny Jetrod reporting for you today. A bombshell news report. The government of California legalizes the Communist Party, essentially, with the California Assembly Bill 22 that passed the state assembly today and is going to the state senate. It passed by a narrow margin of a 41 majority, and it was introduced by Rob Bonta, a Democrat out of Oakland. What this bill does is removes the reference to the Communist Party as any person being a member of the state government, state legislature, or any position within the state employee realm. Being a Communist Party member, you can no longer be fired or considered a threat to the government of the California or the United States, because what this bill does is remove the language that says if you are a communist, you cannot be basically a threat to the United States just by being a communist. And they're just going to remove that. Let me read something to you here real quick. This is the amendment description by Mr. Bonta. It says, existing law provides that a public employee may be dismissed from employment if he or she advocates or is knowingly a member of the Communist Party or of an organization, could be Antifa, right? Which during the time of his or her membership, the employee knows advocates the overthrow of the government of the United States or any state by force or violence. Force or violence? This bill would delete the reference to the Communist Party in the provision description above, and thereby would no longer authorize a public employee to be dismissed solely on the basis that the public employee is a member or advocate for the Communist Party. Okay, so it goes on a little bit longer, but those are the main points right there. Now, if we scroll down into this California Assembly Bill 22 and check out Section 2, we will see the omitted words. And I'm going to post links to all this stuff in the description below. You'll be able to look at it. I'm going to give you guys Representatives Bonta, his address, his phone number, and his email address. I'm going to put this guy out on blast because he is definitely going against the Democrat process here in America. And I believe California is quickly and rapidly moving into a separate government from the United States government. Right here, Section 2, Section 102B of the Government Code is amended to read. Now listen to this. I want to read it first without the amendment, and then I'll read it second with the amendment, okay? It shall be sufficient cause for the dismissal of any employee if that public employee advocates or is knowingly a member of the Communist Party or an organization which that during the time of his or her membership in that organization, he knowingly advocates or he or she knew that the organization advocated for the overthrow of the government of the United States or any state by force or violence. Okay, so that's what it says right now. But what he is proposing is for it to read like this. It shall be sufficient cause for the dismissal of any public employee if that public employee advocates or is knowingly a member of an organization that during the time of he or she's membership in that organization, he or she knew that the organization advocated for the overthrow of the government of the United States or any state by force or violence. So, therefore, by passing this bill, Representative Bonta is basically saying the Communist Party is no longer a threat by force or violence or any other means to the United States government in any form or fashion. And any person belonging to the government of the state of California who is a member of the Communist Party can no longer be subjected to being fired or persecution under this new bill because they are a member of the Communist Party or any other organization that advocates for. Now, here's an interesting note. In California, they have a bill already existing in law. It's 1027.5. The link to this will also be in the description below. Now, the first two paragraphs of this bill, I want to read them to you real quick so that you can understand what the existing law's opinion on the government having Communist Party members in it is right now. What their existing opinion on the Communist Party is. California Government Code, Section 1027.5, Paragraph A. There is a worldwide revolutionary movement to establish totalitarian dictatorship based upon force and violence rather than the law. Does that sound familiar? Section B, Paragraph B. This worldwide revolution is predicted upon and is designed and intended to carry into execution the basic precepts of communism as expounded by Marx, Lenin, and Stalin. Okay, so what this is basically saying is that back in the 1950s, when they came up with this provision 102.107.5, 1950s, right? They said that there was predicting a revolutionary movement based on the precepts of Marx, Lenin, and Stalin, a Communist Party revolution that would overthrow or attempt to overthrow the government by force or violence. Now, what have we seen recently? A massive uprising with this Antifa movement, a massive uprising by communist infiltrators in our government. And now we have a representative who has placed a bill in the state of California that basically says it's legal to be a communist and work for the state of California, and all it has to do is pass the Senate, the state Senate. It will most likely pass. So this is an unprecedented deal within the state of California, the very far left state of California, and I'm just astonished at the fact that most Californians are probably not even aware that this bill exists. So what I'm going to do for you today is I am going to post a link to Rob Bonta's record where this bill falls in place, a link to the bill itself, and you can look it up, read it for yourself, get the information. Don't have to listen to me and believe what I'm telling you. I will post a link. You can read it for yourself, so there's no question. I'm not trying to mislead you in any way on this. And I will also post Mr. Rob Bonta's office address, his phone number, and his email if you want to express your concerns, questions, or support if you support this. I personally do not. So that is my bombshell report for you today. My name is Johnny Jetrod, and I hope that you consider supporting this channel. If you do want to support my channel, there are links in the description below to my Patreon and my PayPal account. And if you want to check out my other YouTube channel for similar reports, I will post a link to that also. So I just want to say thank you, America. Protect your liberty and freedom and exercise your rights whenever possible. My name is Johnny Jetrod. Thank you, America.